Cheers!
Welcome to Movie Bitches! Retro review, special request. Tonight we're reviewing Batman, Mask of the Phantasm.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie, coming for a Christmas you'll never forget.
First things first, shout out to Mark. Thank you for your excellent request. This was a real pleasure to watch.
Pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
Brought me back to middle school. I was elementary school even. I was so excited.
Great.
I used to watch the shit out of Batman the animated series. And then when I got older, Batman Beyond, which is like the future. So Bruce Wayne's old.
Okay.
And he has to teach the young upstart, the ways of the Batman.
And who's the upstart?
But it's also, he's some...
It's not Robin. It's like
not Robin.
Gotcha.
It's some other new kid.
Great.
But it's also like Dawson's Creek because it's like a high school drama. It's great.
Oh, fun. Love that.
Remember me?
Melanie. Hello? Dana, hi. Oh, yeah, tonight history homework. No, I didn't forget it. It's just that there's a change of plans. Yeah, tomorrow night will be a lot better, thanks. Bye.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Mark,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank
Mark,
you so much.
for bringing this back and for maybe giving Andrew a little more hope in the Batman world.
Yeah.
A little more excitement. Because you had pretty much been like, I don't like Batman. I'm over it.
That is true. And it turns out I don't like...
Current modern day Batman.
I like the fun kind of cartoony Batman. And what I really liked about this one was that it was kind of like a romance. It was really not about saving the day from like, oh, who's this big evil dad?
He needed to save himself emotionally.
Yeah.
There was...
But first things first. Second things second.
We're
whatever.
here to talk about it, but first things first. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
And thank you to our patrons. And thank you to everyone that's given Lady Catherine de status. We are working it.
Yep, and we are excited.
Working through the list.
Yes. And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you ad-free early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. This one was fun for me, but probably is a little bit more boring because it was just mostly us being like, ooh, ah, ooh.
Maybe that's fun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
So, you got that. And the second thing second, make sure to subscribe, share, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd. Our podcast is now on Spotify. So if you prefer to get, us via Spotify, they have video podcasts and audio podcasts.
Yeah.
We're trying it out. Please subscribe. It'll help us out. We can get monetization if we have 1,000 followers. So
if like on your commute, you want to listen?
yeah, great.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, yes, Mask of the Phantasm from 1993.
Yeah.
It's not even a TV movie. This was theatrically released.
Wow, good for them.
It was a last-minute decision. The animators were under some pressure.
To like get it together.
What? We had planned this for 4/3. What? Theatrically released? Oh my God! So they had to rearrange some things.
What
get
do you
back into the kitchen.
do?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
They hadn't finished it.
Okay.
But they had planned it. They were like, and we're ready to draw in foot. What?
Oh, okay. But at least they hadn't drawn it all. I was like,
No.
Do you just crop it?
No, you would just have to. Anyway.
And you would just put it. You know what? If fucking what's his face can put black and white 4x3, then why can't they?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He could learn a thing or two about storytelling from Mask of the Phantasm. So yes, this is connected to Batman the Animated Series, which I love.
Great. I don't think I watched any of.
Oh, you would like it.
It seems like it.
And it's short and fun, and the animation is great.
Great.
And it's great. And then you can watch Batman Beyond.
Okay, great.
It'll be really
there
fun.
You go.
And you're gonna be like, oh, I know now. I get it. I understand
now.
why you like Batman. And there's a few different movies they made.
Okay.
This was the first one, and I think it's the most beloved. But there you go. So anyway, yes, Mask of the Phantasm. This is what I want.
Yeah.
Out of Batman.
Yep.
He's a playboy.
Haven't you ever thought about marriage? Even once?
Oh, never say the M word in front of Bruce. It makes him nervous.
What about the I word?
The I word?
Engagement.
He's a tortured soul.
Sure.
Please. Tell me that it's okay.
An action,
Yeah.
crime fighting, detecting.
Uh-huh.
He's got a sassy coont for a butler.
Gotham police declare war on Batman.
I gather you've been reading How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Somebody's setting me up.
My heavens. You mean it wasn't you tossing guards out of windows last night?
I only toss butlers, Alfred.
They need to lean into Alfred.
Sure.
They need to lean into it. Because that was the only thing that worked in whatever one Jeremy Irons was Alfred in.
Oh, yes.
Only one way to find out.
I'll cancel Master Bruce's rendezvous with, Bambi, was it, sir?
Yes, Alfred. Do that.
You know who's great sassy butler?
Yeah.
In The Nanny. I've been watching a lot of The Nanny.
Oh, love him.
So great.
I don't know his name.
I don't either.
But I was shocked when he seemed to have a romance with Cloris Leachman, and I was like, with a woman. You say.
Oh.
For your information, I happen to be a happily married man.
You're married? To a woman?
Okay. Oh, girls.
I do.
You do? You put spray cologne on your girl?
I spray girls' cologne on my pillows to make me think they're there.
But you just do like your girl leaves the house and you're like, come here, baby.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't do
Go
that.
off.
I just put Trésor in my bed and smell. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, there's no one there. It just smells like someone's there.
Girls.
The conclusions people make just because a man dresses well and knows how to use a pastry bag.
Oh. It's the first time I've ever seen a man in himself.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about The Nanny.
No. I mean, I would, but no.
We're here to talk about Dana Delaney,
Yeah.
Abe Vigoda,
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy,
Uh-huh.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Wait, Mark Hamill was in this?
Mark Hamill's the voice of the Joker.
Now hold on to your hat and watch those valuables. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, wow.
So he's famously, to a lot of people, the voice of the Joker in a lot of the animated.
Avaryl, I'm pretty sure he's famous for
He's
Star
famous
Wars.
for being Star Wars. The second thing he's most famous for, other than being Luke Skywalker,
Sure.
I would say,
is
the voice of the Joker. He did the voice on a lot of the video games, and this whole series, and a bunch of other stuff. So.
Cool. Oh, so what I was gonna say, I agree with you. This is exactly what I want. This gave me like it was almost giving me like Archer vibes. I don't actually watch Archer, but I've seen a little bit, and I know a lot of people really like it.
It's really great until it's not. But then it's really great.
Yeah, and this is rude to this movie, but it reminded me in the best ways of there was that awful Netflix animated show with Sean Hayes as the voice, the Cute Force.
Oh, what's going on? I'm saving your life! No, you're touching my sack.
Sean Hayes is like a gay action spy.
I don't think I've ever heard of this, but I'm happy to.
I'm giving you the premise right now.
I'm excited, yes.
And he's like sassy and also like prissy, but also he's like, oh, I'm a big muscly spy guy.
Yeah.
And then he has like a whole team of like the misfits, but they're also the best at everything.
Sure.
That kind of. It was.
Yeah.
It didn't quite gel.
Okay.
But it was good enough.
Yeah.
That I watched the whole thing.
Was the animation fun?
Yes.
So
in a way.
Yeah.
I like these. Like, I mean, I remember I've been rewatching Rick and Steve, the happiest gay couple in all the world.
Leaping labias. I was wearing 3 layers of denim when that sperm splashed on me.
As long as one of us is pregnant.
I only agreed to a baby if you carried it.
But this is a miracle.
You only call babies miracles because it sounds better than accident.
You should be happy. I've been dumping sperm in my barren old uterus for months. Couple of wayward drops and your eggs suck them right up.
But I like that. Like, I like a fun animated show.
I miss
or movie.
Cartoons that had a look and a style.
Yeah. This really did.
This really does. Like I said, it really brought me back. And I really do miss 2D hand-drawn animation. There is something there. Like how we talk about how practical effects are more tactile and therefore you connect with them on a different level. You really do connect with 2D. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia, but I seem to connect with 2D animation on some stronger level than a lot of CGI. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's so shiny and glossy CGI. You know? I don't know, but I do seem to.
There's something. Well, I know you are particularly sensitive to computer-generated images.
Yeah.
That you're just like not real, and your brain just
maybe it's like the
shuts it
DNA
out.
lacing or the frame rate,
maybe
or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
yeah. But I mean, for me, I would say like top of the beautiful and impressive and impactful list for me is like Leica stop motion, you know,
the claymation.
Oh my god,
it's so
where
beautiful. It has
it's
such a style and a look.
A style and a look, and they are physical objects.
They're physical objects, yes.
So it's like this is a real thing, and I can see, you know, like that for me is like wow. And then there's something about
There's something
just like,
about 2D animation.
and that's why like I was so excited. I'm so bummed that Princess and the Frog, I feel like has since had a bit of a
research.
Like a cult following. I mean, that sounds weird for a Disney movie, but like it did not do well, and as a result, I think it was Lasseter's push. Well, also he had issues at Disney at the time.
Sure.
But his push
there was
to
a push
bring
at some
back
point, to do that.
to 2D animation,
failed.
failed.
I know.
And it's like, oh gosh, what a bummer.
Yeah, I do miss it. And this was gorgeous, even though they were running against the clock.
I could have fooled me.
Could have fooled me. It had such a style. It's like 40s, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like it looks...
Well, it has that like Art Deco retrofuturism.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
You know, the big cars, the big suits. Every...
oh my God. Every man is drawn to just be...
a brick house.
Yeah.
Just... It's
well, and that's partly
shoulders.
what reminded me of the Q-Force is that he's like, you know, this huge muscly, ooh, but it's Sean Hayes, which is weird in your brain.
Yeah.
But you know, anyway, I mean, that was the point.
Right. And Dana Delaney is Andrea.
Andrea Beaumont.
Bruce Wayne.
I know, the boy billionaire. So tell me, with all that money and power, how come you always look like you want to jump off a cliff?
Looks like Anne Margaret.
Yeah.
I was like really into what was happening.
And like outfit choices. I know that they're animated, but like, you know.
Well, but no, this I appreciate too. And I you know, I don't watch as many cartoons these days, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's like kind of two camps of cartoons where they just wear the same outfit.
Sure.
Pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
And consciously choosing to have costume changes.
Yeah.
And I, of course, obviously really appreciate the costume changes.
Yeah.
And, it's a different look. It's a different time of day. It's a different this. And that brings you into the world more.
Yeah.
Like that even the men have different
outfits.
You know?
Yes.
Really, really appreciate different hairstyles, different all of it. I just love it. We're introduced to our cast of characters.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne, who is the ultimate playboy bachelor, unattainable.
Yeah.
You know, all these women at the party are, Bruce.
First he wines and dines you, makes you think you're the only woman he's ever been interested in. And just when you're wondering where to register the china, he forgets your phone number. That's Bruce Wayne's style.
Bruce?
But you know that he
has a flame.
He has a flame
Still.
and he cares.
Yes.
He just,
he can't.
I mean, the fact that I was like semi-gutted in this movie when he's crying over his parents' grave saying,
I know I made a promise, but I didn't see this coming. I didn't count on being happy.
I didn't count on being happy.
Yeah.
Whoa. I was like, chills.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I think that's what I really liked the most about this Batman.
Yeah.
Is that it was like the most real, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I do just still love the George Clooney Batman and Robin.
For different reasons.
Those were at least fun, right?
They're
and
at
it
least
was
fun.
And he's a playboy in that, but like he doesn't really have much of a personality per se.
That's the thing. I don't think they ever develop Bruce Wayne enough.
No.
And Batman doesn't have a personality.
Right.
You know, he's shadowy figure.
Ooh,
right?
I'm just gonna go save the day.
They really could utilize the Bruce Wayne factor a lot more. The dual personality, the sneaking around, the I'm using my money. Like it's very Scarlet Pimpernel in that way, where it's like I'm pretending to be something publicly, but secretly I'm helping and I'm heroic, but I don't need the credit.
Right, exactly.
And I love that.
Yeah, well, and it's also like a little bit James Bondy too, where it's like all the gadgets and the technology and like I can bloop, 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 let me search and use my tools of wealth
Yes.
to, support that.
What kind of city are we running when we depend on the support of a potential madman?
Such rot, sir. Why, you're the very model of sanity. Oh, by the way, I've pressed your tights and put away your exploding gas balls.
And I think maybe because it was a TV show, the serialization of it means that you do have to focus more on that, just from like a mindset even.
Yeah.
Because you're day in and day out, or whatever it is, episode by episode, you have to tell a story, and it can't just be like...
Batman punches bad guys in face.
Yeah, that gets tired. You have to develop at least a little bit of who this person is behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And I liked that a lot.
I really loved this.
I did too.
I was so happy revisiting this. I just can't say enough. So so there's a phantasm that's haunting Gotham.
We never got to the bottom of that.
No, I have questions. But, spoiler alert.
Sure. Watch it.
If you have any interest in Batman 2D animation...
I don't.
That's true.
And I liked it.
Just go watch it. And then, if you like it, get into the series.
Sure, okay, there you go. Batman Beyond.
Well, I mean, yes, Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. Yeah. And the New Adventures of Batman is also great. And, there's so many things. It's very exciting stuff. Great. I gotta go back and rewatch those X-Men cartoons.
Oh.
Because you know what it was?
What?
They used to be soap operas.
Jean.
I've gotta go. Cyclops is waiting for me.
So am I.
X-Men especially.
Where the heck are the lovebirds?
Who cares? Let them be alone for a change.
I love you, but I can't say, oh my gosh. And then also they're fighting. You know what I mean? It was like, Magneto and Professor X, are they going to make out? No, they're not going to make out.
Charles.
Yes.
A dream that made us a family.
Oh, they're not going to make out.
So
there was
funny
such
that's what I miss from all of these modern movies, where it's just like, if
interpersonal melodrama,
if there isn't any of that character, interpersonal drama and relationships, then I really don't care about them flying around in the air fighting each other.
Yeah, exactly. But it really works with both the serialization, because week to week, this week's a Storm episode.
Yeah.
We can tuck into that.
Yeah.
But it's not a huge solo movie that cost, $100 million, that if it fails, then we don't get another one, that kind of thing. And the animation, there's so much more creativity you can do with animation and get away with a lot more things. And somebody getting shot and falling off a bridge. I've said this before, but the violence in cartoons doesn't seem as violent because it's a cartoon. And maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, I don't know. But the stakes feel lighter.
Fair.
It stays on a lighter surface. So there's a phantasm.
Yes.
And
it looks kind of like...
The Punisher.
Yeah.
And it's haunting Gotham. Specifically, some baddies.
You ain't the bat! Who are you? What do you want?
I want you, Chucky boy.
Economy of fucking storytelling. This thing is 1 hour and 16 minutes.
Something like that. Wild to me that it was that short. But also...
I think that's probably about the runtime where I turned off The Batman. About 1 hour and 16 minutes. I was like...
halfway through.
Fuck this. Not even half. It wasn't even half.
It was longer than 2.5 hours?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
How could you even?
I turned it off.
Yeah, there you go. I am kind of excited.
Yeah.
A little embarrassed to say...
Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen you embarrassed.
Well, you know what I mean. I got really disappointed when I found out that the new Joker, Lady Gaga, isn't the Joker.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I thought that it was I didn't know that Joaquin Phoenix was in it. I thought it was just a new thing and Lady Gaga was going to be the Joker and it was a musical. And I was like, yes. I'm into whatever this is. That tracks. She gets so crazy into her roles, right? I want to see her devolve into the Joker. No, I don't, because it might scar her forever, right? Everyone who says they played the Joker, they're like, I'm never the same
You win
again.
an Oscar, but you also lose a little bit of your sanity.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe it's good for society that she didn't.
But that's the only way she's going to get her Oscar.
She doesn't need it.
Or if she does a James Bond theme song.
I give it to her. I would love a Gaga Bond theme song, by the way.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so I will
Wow.
watch.
Wow. I have no plans to watch. The trailer was very boring.
Was it? I only saw glimpses.
But no, she's
Actually, I only saw
Harley Quinn.
the teaser trailer.
Okay, good.
Re-edited.
Great.
To someone.
The Shallows?
No.
In the Shallows?
But it sha-la-la-la-la-la. Maybe? There was a Gaga song that was like edited to be kind of like slow and moody.
Yeah.
And I was like, but yes? Maybe they should have just used her songs? Anyway.
But honestly, would I watch a Lady Gaga musical where she stars as the Joker?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I plan on watching this new Joker movie? No.
See, so my plan would have been better.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll use my AMC Monopoly money to go see it. But
what's the runtime?
Oh, I bet you it's far too long.
That's I'm gonna reserve the right until I know the runtime.
I would guess 2 hours and 20. Ugh. I bet you it's probably longer.
It should be an hour and 16 minutes, and it should be a musical starring Lady Gaga.
Gaga. These are the supreme forms of the primordial Gaga.
Great.
As Lady Joker.
As Lady Joker, right? Why not?
Lady Joker. Too far.
Yeah, no. Joker. No. Don't cheapen it.
So there's a Phantasm who's haunting Gotham.
Yes.
Buzz Bronski, your angel of death awaits.
Voiced by Stacy Keach.
Right.
Really liked the reverb.
Yeah. And
the voice work is so great. There is something really...
Oh, spoiler alert there, but that's okay. Or is it a different voice?
For what?
Who the Phantasm is.
Yes. Stacy Keach is a man.
Oh, great. I love him.
You like Billie Holiday?
I love him.
Right.
Yeah, good. There is something really, really like comforting about Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman. I don't know, it's definitely a partial nostalgia factor, and also he's a very talented
I don't know who he is, and
voice
I was
actor.
like,
but
sexy.
there's something just like a warm hug about it that I'm like, oh, I love it so much.
There appears to be some chemical residue on the lawn. Could match the traces I found on the glass. Not much, but it's been that kind of day.
So yes, all the voice acting is fantastic, and the Phantasm.
I missed that too. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
I just I'm appreciating these things that used to be right.
Right.
Voice acting in animation used to be a thing that was a skill that they gave to people who were skilled.
Yeah.
Now it's just stunt casting,
Yeah.
and I blame DreamWorks for that.
Sure. A stunt cast here and there with someone who has voice training, voice acting.
Yeah. Like Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Great.
Fine
you
with
know,
it.
Eddie Murphy, great.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike Myers, great.
Yeah.
But then it was like, well, Shrek had Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, and they were great, and now we're just gonna cast everybody, and it was like, no, too many, no, now we really lost it.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon? Who cares? Why?
You didn't like
Zendaya
sing?
is Michi? I don't care.
I don't know what that means.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Zendaya is Michi? You don't know?
What's Michi?
So there was an animated movie, I don't know, 5 years ago now, who knows, the pandemic, whatever. And there were all of these billboards. I honestly have no idea what the movie was. There were all of these billboards, and Zendaya played this character that was Michi, M-E-E-C-H-E-E, I think. This guy made this hilarious video, like a TikTok or Reel or whatever. What was the thing before that?
Vine.
I
was like, Sting? That's wrong.
Because Sting is the hippest name, let's face it. The guy named himself a verb, present tense. Because he's not stung, and he's not stinging. He's Sting.
Of him like going to the different posters, and it was like, Zendaya is Michi, and Danny DeVito is Bob Blurg, you know.
Zendaya is Michi, and LeBron James is Gwangi. Danny DeVito is Dorgo. Common is Stonekeeper, and Zendaya is Michi. Gina Rodriguez is Coca, and Zendaya is Michi.
But Zendaya is Michi, and it was great. So anyway, so now, and there was something recently where like, I think maybe it was for Challengers or it was something else, but it was like Zendaya is, maybe it was for Dune, Zendaya is whatever. And I was like, and someone goes, no, Zendaya is Michi.
Zendaya is Michi. Get it straight. Or pay the price.
Now get it right or pay the price.
So, quick commercial break, and we will be back with more Batman. And Andrea.
So there's a phantasm haunting Gotham.
Yes.
Your angel of death awaits.
I mean, whatever. The plot is, bad guy is framing, it turns out not consciously, but is framing Batman for murdering a bunch of gangsters in Gotham.
Yeah.
And Batman's trying to get to the bottom of what's
Batman
happening.
is implicating himself in these murders by being there while the bad guy gets away.
Yes, and...
Or semi-bad guy, because the bad guy's killing bad guys. So I'm like, is it bad? Just because they're killing him and Batman wants to not kill people? I don't know.
I'm not saying it's right or even sane, but it's all I've got left. So either help me or get out of the way.
What will vengeance solve?
He has a code.
Fair. And you know what? And that's important.
He didn't do it. It's garbage, Mr. Reeves. The Batman does not kill. Period.
But really what's going on is that Batman's ex-fiance is back in town after leaving him unexpectedly with a note at Eric from Little Mermaid's castle.
Oh my God. This entire Little Mermaid scene, really into it.
Very sexual.
Very.
For a cartoon, but just in the right way. It used to be. There used to be a lot more horniness in cartoons.
Ooh.
Bring it back.
I think
Why
the
not?
kids can handle it. It's not like they're Bowman.
It's not heavy metal.
A universe of sexual fantasies.
Harry? Can I sleep with you?
It's not explicit.
Well, there was a pan, not to a fireplace, but to the curtains.
Yeah, it was...
I appreciate that.
Implied horniness.
Yes.
It was there.
But
as
also,
a middle
I think
schooler,
that's okay.
I feel like that's important.
Yeah, you learn that people yearn.
You learn to yearn.
You learn to yearn. Don't I yearn? Don't I shop?
Aren't I a human being? Don't I yearn and ache and shop?
Also, we're introduced to Arthur.
Yeah.
With the highly shaped eyebrows.
Yes.
Voiced.
Is that code for gay?
Yes.
Thanks for the handkerchief, Arthur. You know where you can stick it.
Okay, but he was all about Andrea.
Andrea. Well, I felt like he was compensating for certain things.
Okay, maybe.
He was like, we should date. We should definitely date.
We should definitely
You should let me in. We should go to dinner where public people will see us. Andrea.
Oh, I was just going to make a reference that you won't get.
Zendaya is Michi?
Zendaya is Michi.
And Zendaya is Michi.
Arthur and his arched eyebrows.
Yes, voiced by Hart Bachner. I think that's how you say it.
Am I right? Hans. Bobby. I'm your white knight.
I only know him because he's Ellis in Die Hard. I do really enjoy also theatrical villains.
Sure.
Because the Phantasm seems to bring a fog machine wherever they go.
Oh, yeah. No, but that was the magic of how they phantasmed.
Phantasmed.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Ooh, fog.
Right.
Appear. Ooh, fog. Disappear.
All right, creep. Catch this!
Dry ice in her pocket. Their pockets.
What? Andrew, how dare you? I was trying to keep it a mystery. The Phantasm is Dana Delaney.
So you figured it out.
Gotta hand it to you. Nice scheme. Costume's a bit theatrical, but hey, who am I to talk?
Yes, it's his ex-fiance, we find out, in a shocking turn of events.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet because
No. Okay.
we go to the World's Fair.
Yes. Oh my God, I loved this.
Gorgeous, futurism.
Yeah.
Very
Flashback to their first date, World's Fair. Everything's
Metropolis?
glamorous.
Yeah.
Very Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Yes.
20s Art Deco, all this stuff.
Very Sky Captain World of Tomorrow.
Yes, the long cars and all the burgundy Batmobile.
Well, do you think this will ever be a thing? And then it was like, ooh, that's gonna be the Batmobile.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And it looked like, you haven't seen it, but there's a movie called Tucker, something.
Okay.
Directed by Coppola.
Oh.
And it's about the real, the Tucker cars. Do you know about this?
No.
Back in the day. He tried to take on, Ford and all the big guys and make reasonable cars that were still beautiful and like had safety things.
Oh.
And he's the one that him and his team invented that your headlights turn when the car turns, seatbelts, a whole bunch of. Anyway, it's actually really a pretty good movie about sort of the story of his rise and fall. Because he tried to take on the big guys. But the car, it looks like those Tucker cars,
cool.
that kind of streamlined.
Yeah,
he was like, just because I'm making it affordable doesn't mean it has to look awful. It has to be fabulous. So
Love
I'm like,
that.
yes. I will say, one complaint.
Oh no.
Not enough Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah, there wasn't really much of him.
No. But
I was confused because the picture of his parents, of Batman's parents, the Waynes, Papa Batman, looked eerily similar to the Commissioner for me, and it was confusing me. I was like, what, his dad's the Commissioner?
Well, that might be on purpose, 'cause
Maybe.
Commissioner Gordon is like a father figure in some ways to Batman, so maybe they thought about it.
Maybe.
Or they just
But also I think because
reused the cell.
Well, there you go. There wasn't a lot of a story in terms of Batman, you have to help us prevent the Joker and the people from the thing. And, oh my God, the police are all up in arms. It was like, well, there's this mystery. A couple people have died.
Yeah.
They've been mafiosos and whatever. I almost wish, and I don't know, I haven't watched the old animations, but where is a Batman-style Murder, She Wrote?
You should watch. I mean, I can't say 100% because it's been a minute since I watched them, but you should watch that.
Yeah, maybe. Because that style of show would be fun for me.
that DC stands for Detective Comics.
I did not know that.
So
I was this years old when I learned that.
So the whole thing that people that love the comics always complain about is that he's not really doing detecting as much as he should be.
Yeah.
And what the fuck?
A piece of windshield from Chucky Saul's car. There's a chemical residue on it. Some kind of dense, long-chain macromolecular polymer. Adaptogenic, of course.
Of course.
I love a detective story.
Yeah.
Love them.
Because they're like noir,
Exactly.
except he's dressed like a bat and crime fighting.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that for me has been very much lost in all of these new modern ones.
Is something wrong?
Maybe. Oh no.
Yes, so we're getting to the bottom of this. Also, he's healing past emotional wounds.
Yeah.
It's very fun and exciting and engaging.
Well, it's nice.
And I like it a lot.
A lot. It's nice because they do the flashbacks, right? So you get to see this optimistic, lovely romance of them falling in love. And then that it's oh no, what happened? And you're like, I want to get to the bottom of what happened.
And
it's a personal detective of my own trauma.
I'm detecting, yeah, exactly.
And a detective of, well, what's going on now?
It's got to be one or the other. I can't have it both ways. I can't put myself on the line as long as there's someone waiting for me to come home.
Miss Beaumont would be glad to know you feel that way, Master Bruce.
And we vaguely see the beginnings of Batman, and I like that it's just little here and there.
Yeah.
It's just little snips here and there. It doesn't take up the whole plot. But Mark Hamill shows up as the Joker.
Yeah, great.
A little bit out of nowhere.
Gasp! Can it be?
A little out
it was
of
a little bit what?
Well, he shows up to the now dilapidated, defunct World's Fair.
Oh my God, I want to talk about it so much.
Yeah.
Now hold on to your hat and watch those valuables. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
His fuck robot?
Oh my God, the fuck robot!
What do you say, hon? Feeling the old electricity tonight?
So yes, the Joker shows up. He's great. He calls Batman Guano Man. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
You know, I've been reading lately how old Guano Man is wound tight enough to snap.
I like that that's just like essentially calling him shithead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so clever.
The last of the, mafiosos that's left, or one of the last ones, comes to him, hey, help me out.
What do I look like? Pest control?
Here's a suitcase full of cash. What the fuck do I care about that? Why should I give a shit? I'm the Joker.
I'm just kidding. I'll help you, of course.
I'm gonna just take some of the cheek of my robot wife fuckbot and save it for later.
For later.
What? Meatloaf again? Oh, I had it for lunch. Isn't Hazel here a cutie? True, she's a real homebody, but you can't help who you fall in love with. Ooh.
Choices. Really specific, weird choices.
Yep.
Liked it a lot.
Yep. Real weird. He drop kicks a robot dog. I loved it.
Oh, don't mind my home security system. Down, Rusty.
This is what I want from a villain.
Sure.
Be a villain.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm the villain.
What can I tell you? I'm the villain.
Also Keanu Reeves.
It must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain.
Harley is not there, but his Judy Jetson fuck robot
Lady Gaga's
is.
not in this?
Well, Hayes, guess it's time to call it a night.
But yeah, the Judy Jetson fuck robot, and then the knife.
She just...
And then she just becomes sentient later. He pushes a button, and all of a sudden she's like, "Ha I'm gonna fight you." I don't know. It was
a lot of things.
Yeah.
And he's got the laughing gas
toxin
weapon or what
Yeah.
neurotoxin.
Yeah.
I loved all of that.
Yeah.
I need some help. I'm still. Councilman, please. That's it. That's
Oh, because Arthur was city councilman running for city council?
He's a city councilman, and he needed funding for his campaign, and he asked Andrea's dad, who's on the run from the mob, because he owed them a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And he was like, sorry, bro. And so then he was like, hey, mobsters, do you want to give me some cash? Because I know where this guy is.
Yeah.
Fund my campaign.
Yeah, I'm going to sell him out. Then they killed him. And then she never killed him, though. The Phantasm didn't kill city
Arthur.
councilman. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she knew that part
Maybe
of the story.
not.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
But he does get away. Or he gets killed.
Well, he might laugh himself to death.
Oh, right. We never really know. He's in the asylum still.
Yeah.
That's where we left him.
Councilman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was that was good.
Yeah, it was.
And all that.
It was the right amount of scary.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, you really just lose control.
And the voice acting was great.
Great.
His like laughter, contagious, can't stop. Oh my God, panic. You have to calm down, city councilman. All the color goes away, but just their mouths are red. There was just so many really great
beautiful
choices.
Yeah.
The rain, him watching them on their date, across the way,
Oh my
a
God.
fucking creep.
And so obvious with the fucking cape, just in the wind, this bright blue and black, just like.
I loved it.
Really great.
So I want to talk about the score briefly.
Ooh, yeah.
Because it was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
And I also miss this.
Yeah.
Going back, I am realizing how much I miss good music.
Yeah.
Scores.
Yeah.
Scores that tell me what is going on.
What to feel. But not in a overbearing, obvious way.
Not in a up way.
Oh.
Up works, but the guy that does up.
Giacometti or
Michael.
Giacchino.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, remember when he started doing not cartoons?
Right, when it was Phantom of the Apes, Planet of the Apes.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Phantom of the Apes.
Wait a minute. That's a Planet of the Apes I can get behind.
Oh my God, I love it. It was just...
Is it, Charlton Heston, is trying to integrate himself into the apes, but he has to disguise himself.
Yeah,
Oh, I was horribly burned Yeah. I'm hiding in the opera house because there's an opera house.
Of
Why
course.
not? Of course, I love it. Apes and tuxedos, like opera glasses?
Ooh,
yes.
yeah.
Like as much as we all complained about the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, it was weird.
I don't
it
think
was
I saw
campy. It was wacky.
Okay.
Because it was like practical
Yeah.
effects and it was weird.
You know what though? The new one is also practical to some degree.
To some degree.
I saw there was a clip that just got posted of them on horseback, like apes on horseback in Venice Beach. And I was just like, wild.
That series
is baffling to me.
It's so...
I have no desire to watch.
I have no interest. I have like no nostalgia for. I find it hilarious that we keep making it. Like they just, it's endured. I don't know why.
I know, they can't stop. Crazy.
But anyway, Phantom of, so either he's trying to like,
Yeah.
Or is it an ape who's trying to, infiltrate the humans? It's one way or the other, but I
like it.
I want to see it.
Sure.
What were we talking about? The score.
Score. Yes, when he did Planet of the Apes, and it was like
every little thing was like way too overly scored, and it was like crazy. So the score for this, Shirley Walker. You wouldn't.
Surely you can't be serious.
Shirley, you better walk your So she scored. And also she conducted a lot of things.
Love that.
But she scored most, if not all, of the Batman Beyond series and the Batman animated series, so that makes sense.
Wait, did you say Shirley Walker?
Yeah.
Did you know that who Lydia Tarr is based on? That's who Lydia Tarr is based on? I'm just kidding. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
That who
Lydia Tarr.
I believe it.
I almost got it out.
I believe it. She also did the score for Final Destination 1 and 2.
Okay.
The Spawn animated series, which you wouldn't like. It's a lot darker.
Okay.
It was on HBO, I think. But it's great. Keith David's there. It's fabulous. She did, unfortunately, 2 of the worst John Carpenter movies.
Oh, no.
I'm not saying the score is the worst,
Sure.
but she did Memoirs of an Invisible Man and Escape to LA, which was like, oh no. But she also did The Dungeon Master and Ghoulies.
Oh, I know you have feelings about Ghoulies, I think.
It's just fun.
Great.
It's fun when you go back and you're like, oh, they started there. Like, they started at Full Moon Productions. Like, they started with Charles Band.
What the hell's in there?
Started with Roger Corman or like whatever
fun.
it is. Like it's fun when you see the beginnings and they're in like shitty.
I was thinking that'd be a fun series for us to do of like.
Oh, the really bad ones?
Well, or just not even just like a fun exploration of like where they started.
Where they started and where they're at.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know?
So anyway, I would just say like yay to Shirley Walker because I really enjoyed it. And in the credits, we discovered that Hans Zimmer was the synthesist.
I don't know what that means.
I think, it means he played the keyboard, like the synthesizer.
And it was like, I need my own title?
I think, no, because there was like probably like, violinist, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
I guess, but I don't know why. I feel like I remember it being like centered as its own special thing.
Maybe that means he went over the score and synthesized it in some way. I'm not totally sure.
Someone who knows, comment.
But it is interesting because he went on to score all of the Christopher Nolan Batmans. So it's like so fun. That,
interesting.
That's where,
I thought you were going to say, he
where
went
did
on
they start?
to become a big, I was like, Hans Zimmer now.
Did you know that Hans Zimmer is quite successful? Mm-mm. Batman and Andrea have rekindled their romance.
Can we make it work this time?
I want to say yes. But you know it's going to come down between me and your father.
Daddy doesn't matter anymore.
She's avenging her father's death because they had to go on the run and she had to break up with Bruce last minute. Oh no!
I do think.
How do we solve our financial crisis?
If only my billionaire fiance could help us.
I guess she didn't want to ask.
Or maybe then it would never end. That's the problem with blackmail, right? Sure. You give them money, then they're just going to ask for more money.
Right.
You have to kill them.
They had to go.
We discover that because so the Joker lures. Oh my God, I was obsessed with this. So the Joker lures Batman to the World's Fair, the dilapidated World's Fair, and they have a big fight scene in a miniature town, and I was like so in love with this Godzilla and Kong moment for them.
Yes.
I think they could have leaned in even harder because we feel like we moved on too fast. I was like, no, we need more like...
We need him like hanging off of the fake Empire State Building.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You know, all of that. But I love that concept as a set piece, like a miniature town. It was like so good. And then the Phantasm shows up.
Yeah.
Oh no, who could it be?
Oh, it's her.
It's Dana Delaney. I have a big lot of questions. Okay, where did she get this adamantium claw that seems to cut through anything, including guns?
Yep.
How does she phantasm? Where did she get the technology to fog machine and teleport herself? She got the voice changer. She has a thing that disguises her entire body to make it look like she's a huge triangle man.
Yeah. Magic.
What I'm saying is I have questions about, I could have used, there's a world where I love the Joker and I love that Mark Hamill's there and all of it, where he could have literally not been in it and we could have used his screen time to get her backstory on that.
Fair.
And then it's like, oh, they're so similar. Like she's all into gadgets and technology and she used her funds, but she's using them for evil or whatever. Like I feel like that could have happened.
That could have been nice. I'd be on board.
But I'm not complaining.
No, not really.
Except there should have been more Commissioner Gordon.
Well, fair. This also, I was just realizing, maybe because I was thinking about like she just takes the disguise off, was giving me a little Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, a lot of this is Scooby-Doo. Like when they were like, do through the cemetery, like,
ooh.
Boss, what could it be?
Yeah.
And it was like, ooh. I was like, Scooby-Doo?
Yep.
He was up here. Boss. Boss.
Boys, hurry! So like I said, she escapes off into the
big explosion,
the mist of big explosion. Oh right, so he's hidden TNT and all of the things. Luckily, there was one part of this World's Fair that was safe from all the explosions, and that's where Batman was.
I don't know. He went through the sewer. It was fine. He's Batman.
He did.
He's Batman.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, you gotta really disinfect, but it's fine.
That's why he has the cowl. It's all airtight.
There you go. Of course.
Just keep your mouth closed.
I did love the glowing white eyes.
Oh, it's great. The animation is so fantastic.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I really love it.
I did too.
So anyway, yes, she's escaped to a cruise. She's going to go fuck off in Europe and...
or South America. I really like the South America.
Oh, sure, South America. And poor Bruce is once again left to...
be a bachelor and save the day on his own. He can't have the emotional ties because it makes him weak.
I couldn't save her, Alfred.
I don't think she wanted to be saved, sir.
It was good.
It was.
Really liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for this revisit. And now you've...
Oh, we didn't talk about the song at the end.
Oh my God. So over the credits, a song starts playing and we were like...
Oh, is that Mariah? No.
Who is this?
Who is this?
I mean...
Tia Carrera.
How I feel about you, I never even told you.
Wow.
I never told you I loved you. Something like that.
Something
I don't know.
like that.
But that was a fun little...
It was fun. It was like
thing.
a little...
I do, yeah, I like a closing credits song.
I love a closing credits song.
Yeah. So cheers to Batman.
Yeah.
Cheers to Dana Delaney.
Yeah.
And
cheers to Mark. Thank you.
Cheers to Mark. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.